Why hello there. It's a bit of an untraditional video this week due to some life circumstances. I don't want to get too into specifics, but the gist is I have a plane to catch. But we still wanted to do something fun for Halloween. Obviously, the only logical thing to do was make her play a scary game Home Alone, so that way we'd both be miserable.
I haven't even started and I'm nervous.
Amnesia seemed like a fitting choice because not only is it frightening, but it asks the player to fill in a lot of the blanks. I've alluded to our crazy dinner conversations in the past when my girlfriend gets really into a game, but we've never truly shared how absurd they can be. Assuming all goes according to plan, when I get home, we'll sit down and listen to her recount her playthrough.
I'm in a creepy castle.
So for this Halloween, we wanted to share a girlfriend ghost story, and let you see what goes on in the mind of the girlfriend behind the scenes. Without further ado, I'll turn things over to our unreliable narrator, and let her not necessarily explain what happened, but what she thinks happened.
Okay. So I'm playing as this guy named Daniel, and he wakes up, doesn't know where he is, except he knows his name, and so he has like amnesia. Okay. And like you walk forward, and the first thing you see is this note to yourself, which is telling you that you somehow gave yourself purposeful amnesia. So you don't remember why you gave it to yourself, but you just know you gave it to yourself. And then it said to kill this guy named Alexander.
Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him.
What? So I like don't know anything. I just was told in a letter by theoretically my former self that not only do I have to murder somebody, but I have a ghost following me. So basically, like, the ghost spirit thing is evil, and it was, like, released from the artifact that I found, so it's, like, stalking me. That door literally just opened. And I think it's, like, in this castle now, so I'm trying to go kill this Alexander guy. This thing is trying to kill me. I'm trying not to die. And then apparently all the answers are like in the castle, so I guess I'm like recovering my memories as I go and trying to figure out why I'm here and like why this Alexander guy, you know, I need to kill him. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so I'm like walking through, right? And I have a lantern, but I only have so much oil. Like light is a resource. It's almost like dark is an enemy because like if it's dark, I lose my sanity. I'm gonna go insane waiting for this thing. And then if I lose my sanity, the screen gets all warped and it literally makes me go insane. Like me, Tarny, going insane because he's going insane. Okay, we have to just like hang out over here for a second because I'm just like literally going insane. And so I have like health and I have sanity. And like when I started, the game told me to just run and hide. Use my wits. Oh my god, the game is literally telling me to hide and run away from the enemies, not to fight. So anytime I see these, I'm almost like shit, and I like put out my light and I like go hide. Look at that thing, look at that thing. What is that thing? And so I'm like walking around and I have matches and I have this like lantern, but it's limited because I have to find them. So I have to go into the dark to search for these things that'll give me light, but it's limited. So I have to use my light to find the things for more light. And then all the different rooms are like super creepy. The cellar archives. Okay, why am I going into the cellar of a creepy house? Like there's different like areas, like there was like a study and there's like the basement and there's the storage room and all these different things. And it's all so creepy and I just keep thinking, I'm like, this is like a castle. So people used to live here. Man, who was in charge of igniting this? Spooky. And I cannot imagine the poor souls who had to go down to the boiler room to shovel coal to keep the power running in the castle because I'm just like, it is so scary. Okay, something is wrong with the machinery. None of the machines in this place work. That is all. So like some other mechanics with the game. So you interact with things. I'm lifting up a chair. Man, this like candle is glued to the table. So there's like doors. So you in order to go from like room to room, you have to like open and close doors. Whoa, that was a complicated door. And so the doors, some of them open towards you and then some of them open away from you. And you have to like use the mouse, and I'm really bad at like handling them and like manipulating them. And so the problem is in a couple areas things chase you, so I'm running and then I have to like open a door and like close it on them, but then they start like beating through the door. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay. Just go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. I don't know which way I'm supposed to go. Oh my god, not that way, not that way, not that way! And so half the time, that's when I die, is when I'm trying to open the door because I get stuck on the door. Okay, can we use this now? Yes! Oh god, okay, go, 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 just go. I'm so bad with the doors! And so there was the problem because the thing is like if it's dark, sometimes you can just kind of tuck away and they won't see you. But if it's light, they do. So I was like in the study. And then suddenly, like, the guy came and I was like, oh my god, what do I do? And I turn around and the only thing I see is like this closet. God, I'm hiding in the closet! And then the other thing is like, so this is like a puzzle game. Of course it's not. Okay. So it's like a scary puzzle game. And the thing is I have to like overcome my fear to be able to think clearly and solve the puzzles. But things are like trying to kill me or threatening to kill me while I'm trying to solve the puzzles. Oh my god. So I'm almost dead. And like I keep like having to search things. So like you open up drawers and stuff and like they have like tinder boxes and like health regens and stuff like that in them. But I keep opening up all the doors for like the side rooms to go in and get the stuff or like in the closet and I just know something is gonna like jump out at me. And like there was nothing. And then I open up this one room. And then there was this one area. What happened? Oh, it like changed. Where the ground was like covered in water. And then I saw these crates. So I started walking. And then all of a sudden, what is coming at me? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Ah! It's running after me! And I think that actually was like the first time I died. But they literally, you have to walk in the water to get to the first box. So I'm like, how would I have known that? Shit, I'm in water. So I like run in the water and it starts coming at me and I have to hop on the box. And then it's like stalking like around me. Can it get me if I'm not in the water? No, but it's right there. What do I do? And then I have to like hop on the water real quick to run into the room to hop on another box. And then there was like a human arm or skull or something, and so I have to pick it up and like throw it in the other direction. That way I can like pull the lever that'll open up a door way down the hall that it took me going down the hall, realizing it was locked, having to backtrack to get the lever to go. While it's distracted, I like run and I don't know if that thing is like the same as the ghost that's following me. I don't know if there are multiple enemies or if it's just all this one thing haunting me. So they're here with me, okay. I just keep going deeper into this castle, and it just gets creepier and creepier as I go. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I'm learning more of the backstory, and it matches my intuition. But Alexander is a horrible person. Well, actually, he's not even a person at all. He's a demon. But he's been torturing innocent people.
Do anything, whatever you want.
Oh my god! I cannot look at that. Oh. No, I saw too much. But basically, in order to expel the demon, he tells Daniel that they need like a human sacrifice. So he tricks Daniel into killing these people by telling Daniel that these people are murderers.
Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me.
Definitely not a murderer.
Alexander made all the arrangements.
Alexander's a murderer.
Perform the ritual in order to have the right effect.
Okay, well now Daniel's a murderer. And so as I'm exploring, I make this friend. Oh my god, there's a guy here. I can't really remember what his name was. Oh my god. And so he tells me I have to collect all these shards of the orb that he brought into the castle, but it broke. That way, I'll be able to use them to get my revenge on Alexander, and then he also asks me to free him.
Would you consider taking me with you?
Yeah. Okay. In order to free him, I have to make this potion, and apparently I'm supposed to make it before I put the ore pieces back together.
You did it. Thank goodness.
I did.
Now, pay attention. First, beat me the trap, and then use the sword to remove my head.
What? Oh, God. Okay, I have your head, buddy. You're welcome. So, I have to explore all of these areas, and these are like the creepiest areas in order to find the ore pieces. Oh, God. Where am I? And it like freaked me out so much. Oh God, is this an Iron Maiden? Oh my God. So then, if I remember correctly, after I get all the ore pieces, I get sent to prison. Sleep. And I have to do this whole series of puzzles in order to break out of my cell. Ooh, okay. Nice. Okay. Oh, ew. And then I like unlock the door and I'm walking out, and that's when I see the ghost for the first time. What's going on? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Ah! And it starts chasing. And I have another one of those door sequences, but this time there's stuff blocking the door. I don't know how to clear the debris. Freaking doors. And in my fear, I'm extra bad at doing that. So I almost die, but I don't. And so I go and I'm able to put the orb back together. Last piece of the orb. Whoa, look how cool that looks. And then I finally get to go to the inner sanctum. So I walk in and Alexander is there and he's naked. Oh God. So he's naked. But he's opening a portal. And so my friend told me that in order to save him, I have to chuck the potion into the portal before Alexander like goes through the portal. So I like finally chuck the potion through the portal, and then everything goes black. What did I do? What happened? I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I think I die. Did I die? But I also think that I took Alexander with me, and then it's kind of unclear, but I think my friend is gonna like help my spirit, so maybe I didn't die.
Don't worry, Daniel. It will be all right.
Are you sure? In a weird way, I ended the game knowing less than I started with.
Wow. I guess that's why they call it Amnesia.